Customer service is such a huge component of brand loyalty, regardless of whatever industry that you work in. And that's certainly true for healthcare and for healthcare facilities management. Think about it. Anytime that a building maintenance technician needs to go into a patient room to work on the TV, to change out a light bulb, to unclog a toilet, whatever the case, you need to have an element of customer service. And one of my favorite models, and it's really well known, is Aidet. Aidet was established by Quint Studer and the Studer Group. It's a fantastic customer service model that many different healthcare systems use because it is so effective. It affects your patient satisfaction scores, customer satisfaction. When we say customer, we're thinking about clinicians or any other department outside of facilities management. It helps get the family and visitors, the community, have that brand loyalty to your hospital. So it's a really effective tool in relation to customer service. And Aidet stands for acknowledge, which is when you walk into a patient room, for whatever reason, you acknowledge the patient plus their visitors. So if they have family, you say hello. I is for introduce. So hi, my name is Lindsay Brackett. You give them your title, and then you tell them what duration you expect to be there. I'm gonna be here for approximately 30 minutes. You explain why you're there. I'm here to unclog your toilet. May I please come into your room? Is now a bad time or is now a good time? Because sometimes they wanna visit with their family or they're resting, right? So you may have to come back later. And then when you're done, the T is for thank you. You thank them for letting you come into their patient care environment, into their room, and you ask them if they need anything else while you're there, right? That's part of customer service. Well, I knew that Aidet was a really great tool. I did not thoroughly appreciate it until I saw how much a difference it could make when it wasn't there. And I'm not talking about healthcare. My experience was not in a hospital, it was actually with a veterinarian. I was taking our very sick cat into the vet last week, and we didn't know why, but she was sick, but she had an infection. We didn't know that at the time. We just knew she was sick. So it's still COVID. We're still doing drive-up service, which means that the pet parents can't come into the clinic. We have to wait outside in our cars. So you call a number, someone comes out, they pick up your pet, they hand you some paperwork. Well, no one came back or acknowledged me for an hour. They've taken my cat away. I'm sitting in my car for an hour. I have filled out this form. I have detailed out her symptoms and times and everything else you can imagine, and just sitting on that information. Finally, someone comes back after an hour. They take away my paperwork. No update what's going on, no duration, no thank you for your patience, just got the paperwork. 2 hours later, I get a bill. There's still no cat. If you can imagine, in that 3-hour time, I am imagining the worst has happened with our poor cat. Fortunately, she's okay. She's on antibiotics and she's gonna make a full recovery. But I kept thinking that whole time, this is why we have Aidet. This is why it's so important. So I'm not having to sit here wondering, how much longer is it gonna take? I had to leave to get fuel for my car because my tank went to empty, and I came back and someone came out and they told me to move back to my original spot, which someone was in, and didn't even give me an update. And this is not to complain about that experience, but just really to emphasize how important customer service is. And we have a really good tool in place thanks to the Studer Group and others. Aidet, use Aidet, acknowledge, introduce, give a duration, explain, and think. It makes a huge difference. There are many other customer service tools out there, and I'm sure some of you will drop them in the comments, which of course I appreciate. And if you have any other thoughts on Aidet or anything else customer service related, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks, y'all.